So let's check out some details about the new Battlefield that came out today. They're gonna have a testing period called Battlefield Labs. Hell yeah. And I'm excited. I love Battlefield. Love it. You know, FPS is my go-to. Love FPS games. So let's check it out. I've already seen it, but I'm gonna re-watch it with you guys and go over some details about Battlefield Labs.
Defending that last point in breakthrough.
You and your squad going together, trying to accomplish something.
Helicopter crashes into the building next to you.
Hell yeah.
All of a sudden, the roof drops on your head.
The vehicle play is the destruction.
You've got tanks, you've got jets.
You get a bit sweaty in your palms.
That's full all-out.
Like already, I'm hyped just by all these clips from previous Battlefields. I mean, I used to play Battlefield instead of COD, and then Battlefield just failed, and we play a little COD, and now even that has gone downhill.
Military experience.
Look at that, BF4.
It's
Let's
just
go.
unlike any other game I've played.
That's what I like to hear.
This franchise comes with a long history, spanning over 20 years now. But the question is, how do we continue to build on that and push Battlefield to the next level?
Exactly. Exactly!
I've been playing Battlefield since long before I joined the team. When 1942 first came out, the amount of fun that we all sat down and had with it is just, still like a fond memory. So in joining the Battlefield team, it was about the opportunity to give the team that space to do something just more amazing even than they've done in the past.
We set out with this ambitious idea of creating this new Battlefield universe. And to make that vision reality, we had to think big.
Oof. Yeah.
Each of our 4 studios comes with its own culture and expertise into what we call Battlefield Studios.
Hell yeah.
One team that spans across the globe and combines 20 years of franchise experience with emerging talent.
DICE has such a rich history with Battlefield. We've been working on it for
There's barely anyone left from the previous Battlefields. Barely. I hope some join back, because we really need that veteranship from previous games. So hopefully.
years and years. But we also want to do something bigger and better than we've ever done before. And you can't do that with one studio.
DICE is responsible for the multiplayer part of the game, which incorporates things like destruction systems, class play, squad play, vehicles.
You heard that? Class play, squad play. We need that. We definitely need that.
Gadgets, all of those kind of underlying systems that drive the experience.
So here at Motive, we're working on multiplayer maps, and we're also working on single-player mission contents.
We're driving a cinematic experience to the level that's never been done on Battlefield before.
Ripple Effects has a long history of working on the Battlefield franchise.
We're working on an experience that is really going to open Battlefield up to a whole group of new players.
Yes.
But really still exciting that core audience that has made this franchise so successful.
Criterion have been supporting
5 studios or something
now, and now we're going to bring that to the table as a fully fledged kind of partner in the Battlefield studios.
Hell yeah.
Mainly, we've been focused on the single-player experience.
There we go. We're getting a single-player experience. I mean, I when it comes to these games, I play the multiplayer part, barely touch the single-player. But if it's good, we may.
So the campaign is back for Battlefield.
We have never before had this many teams and talents dedicated to the development of Battlefield. And we have a plan to create a new, exciting future for the franchise, alongside our players.
Okay, like we've heard that
This game
before.
has so much potential. So I think it's about giving the team this time to really hone their craft.
We have to prototype, play test, get feedback,
And then repeat that loop.
over and over and over again. We have to find gameplay that really resonates
Hell
with
yeah.
the players and then build on that.
Battlefield Labs, baby.
Battlefield Labs is our new development initiative where players will get to test specific focus areas in the game.
Oh, beautiful. Like, give it to me.
We've done similar things in the past, but this is a whole nother level. We're doing it before we launch the game, and we're doing it with so much more content.
It's an exciting way for us to interact with our audience before things go live and make sure that what we have is really fun and polished.
And we have to test everything, combat to destruction to maps and modes.
We're going to test all the new features that we're putting out, and we're going to test hardware like weapons.
And I registered. There was a big line, a big queue, but hopefully I'll get invited. That would be freaking sweet. I want to test this game.
Vehicles and gadgets.
We can try different things, but also validate what players are expecting from Battlefield.
That feedback is crucial in helping us know what to prioritize, what needs improvement, and what feels like a true Battlefield experience.
We're pre-alpha, so now is the time to test all the experiences our teams have been building for our upcoming launch and beyond.
Hell yeah, and beyond.
Join our Discord where you can learn more about our new closed testing environment. We call it Battlefield Labs.
Oof.
Let's build Battlefield together.
Let's! Look at that! Look at that! Huh? That's just pre-alpha. Holy shit! 64 players. Destruction is back. Yes, and we gotta look at it again. This is what we want. Ah! Let's go! Exactly what we want and exactly what we need. God damn. So let's read more about Battlefield Labs. Battlefield Labs is our most ambitious community development collaboration ever, where a select number of fans will step inside the war room. Registration is now open. While we encourage everyone to register, space will be limited. So what is this Battlefield Labs? It is the most ambitious community collaboration in franchise history, launching as we enter critical phase in development. We want to build Battlefield with our community. So it is a space for play and exploration, an environment where we can test concepts and mechanics with our players before we release them to publicly. Hold on, holy shit. An environment where we can test concepts and mechanics with our players before we release them publicly. Our community is at the heart of Battlefield. Their feedback is crucial in helping us know what to prioritize, what to improve, and what feels like an authentic Battlefield experience. Like some of these fancy words, we heard them before, but we haven't had like a testing phase like this in Battlefield 1. So this should be good. They wouldn't listen to all the streamers with 2042, but like, it's a good sign. It's a good sign. Battlefield Labs is launching as we enter critical phase in development with what's next for Battlefield, but we are looking to cross-collaborate with community like never before. Now is the time to test big areas of the experiences our teams have been building for our upcoming launch. So how can you be a part of it? Well, sign up right there. If you wanna test it out, get in. And the best part is, it's not only for PC. Well, Battlefield Labs will be available on PC through EA apps, PlayStation 5. Of course, PlayStation Plus is required. Xbox Series X and S, Xbox Game Pass Core, formerly known as Xbox Live, is required. And Battlefield Labs is invite only. Sign up right here, and they're gonna have a test real soon. And the initial test will include an invited group of players and servers located in Europe and North America ahead of plans to expand server locations, alongside invite numbers growing to tens of thousands in the future. So how many will join this awesome test? The invite for the first test will be for a few thousand players, both veteran Battlefield players and those that have not played before, located in Europe and North America. We do have plans to expand several locations, alongside invite numbers growing to tens of thousands in the future. Already said that, baby. So once invited, what happens? I mean, if you select, you will receive an email from Playtesting EA.com with more details about getting ready to play and how to share feedback. There will not be a rigid cadence for test sessions, but the plan is to run sessions that are at appropriate times for different players in different regions and build to allow for repeated testing every few weeks. Test sessions schedule will be predefined and communicated directly to Battlefield Labs participants ahead of them taking place. I mean, so far, this is all good news. If they listen to the players, that's the thing. So what kind of gameplay experience will Battlefield Labs participants get? As an early test of concepts and mechanics before public release, Battlefield Labs will be work in progress content with rough edges, bugs, and crashes. Labs content will be tested at time in our development where it is critical for us to cross-collaborate with our community, with the feedback being crucial in helping us know what to prioritize, what to improve, and what feels like an authentic Battlefield experience. That makes sense. It's pre-alpha, so that makes sense. Of course. But if it's pre-alpha, I have a feeling it will not release this year. But I hope so. This is why I'm very skeptical until I see some real gameplay. Everything before that is just fancy words and pretty cinematics. Well, yeah, but it's a test. So that's good news. We've had that before, and you saw how Battlefield 1 came out. Came out like sweet, one of the best Battlefield games out there. I didn't like it, but I mean, what sort of feedback are the Battlefield Studios development teams looking for from Battlefield Labs? Each labs testing session will have specific feedback goals, whether very specific to core combat loops or map layout, for example, or more general goals around the content being tested and how fun it is for players. We want to build Battlefield where our community, the Battlefield Studios development teams, will be looking at all feedback provided during and after labs tests to form that we need to prioritize, what we need to improve, and what we need to change to make it authentic Battlefield experience when we release it to the public. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, if you look at Battlefield 5, that came out like shit. Battlefield 2042 came out like shit. Battlefield 4 had a test like this, only smaller, came out great with a few bugs, of course. Battlefield 1 came out great with a few bugs, but hey, also had a test. So I mean, these tests have worked before, so I mean, I'm hopeful. BF's EA CEO was the very first start to don't like it, don't buy it. Yeah, I know. That is like don't listen to EA. Listen to Sampella, because they listen to him. They're making their money. So I would it's good news. Apart from Apex, I know what happened there. But Sampella isn't that deep into it, so could be good. I mean, hey. All those invited to join Battlefield Labs will need to sign a non-disclosure agreement, as they will not be permitted to talk about or show anything related to the experience with Battlefield Labs. So, no streaming, no showing it, and no talking about it. Specs, not bad, to be honest. Not at all. That's sweet. So, what is Battlefield Studios? Studios is the banner under which 4 world-class game development studios across 2 continents have come together to build the future Battlefield. To make our vision for the future Battlefield a reality, we had to think bigger than just one studio. Okay, so this right there, just because they have a lot of studios doesn't make it any better. This could be good or bad, but they're having a test, so that helps. We rallied 20 plus years of Battlefield experience, combined them with the best emerging talent in the industry, and united them under a single banner, Battlefield Studios. This represents the largest team in franchise history. Across the largest team? I mean, didn't 2042 have more studios? Hold on. I think so. Focused on delivering on our ambitious vision for the future, full of fun, authentic Battlefield experiences for a community built on our unique DNA. Okay, this right there, yeah. Sure. Who makes up Battlefield Studios? It is comprised of DICE, creators of the Battlefield franchise, Ripple Effect, a studio led by franchise veteran working on all new experience for the series, Motive. They were in 2042, I think. The developers of the critical acclaimed Star Wars Dead Space and Criteria. Yeah, they too. Known for in-depth experience with racing games and a decade of supporting developed Battlefield games. I mean, okay, so DICE, of course, is DICE, of course. Like Ripple Effect, yeah, that too. And I think Motive and Criteria, these both had a hand in 2042. I'm very sure. I'm not I know there was a lot of studios, but largest team in franchise history? Yeah, I don't know. I call that just Bullshit, but okay. That was Battlefield Labs, and we gotta look at this again, guys. Of course we do. Look at that.